Okay, welcome again, everybody, to Raccoon Sky Pirates. This is a playtest of a game I recently launched a Kickstarter for, or had a Kickstarter for, and I hope you're going to have a lot of fun. It's a playtest, but I think we'll have fun regardless. In this game, you play raccoons who live in the junkyard and have built a flying ship and hatched a risky plan to fly from the junkyard to suburbia, find a freestanding house with internet cable, with a cable internet and a 4-car garage, and steal all its junk, all its trash, you know, PlayStations, Lazy Boy recliners, all that stuff, and then fly back to the junkyard. It's going to take place over 5 scenes, and in most of those scenes, what you're trying to do is resolve a certain number of cards without marking conditions on your ship or on the house. To do that, we're going to draw a card, and then a player is going to say if they want to tackle it, and if they do, they're going to roll a d12. Well, first you can decide if you want to pick an action or roll d12s. If you can pick an action exactly twice in the game. So most of the time it's going to be random. Every time you pick an action, you mark off a checkbox on your character and roll an extra and add another d12 to your pool. So you start out rolling 1 d12. By the end of the game, you might be rolling 3 d12s. You always take the highest number that's on your d12s. So as you pick actions, which is bad. Well, which is yes, bad. The the higher numbers are more disastrous. The lower numbers are generally more helpful. If you roll a 10, 11, or 12, or if your highest number is a 10, 11, or 12, you're going to have to mark a condition on the house sheet or the ship sheet. So if you mark all the conditions on the ship explodes and you lose most of your trash and you have to hobble back to the junkyard. Nobody gets really hurt in this game. It's a cartoony slapstick action. If you mark all the conditions on the house, then the residents and the dog have woken up and have turned on all the lights and spotted you and are chasing you through the house. And everybody gets one last action before in order to try to get onto the ship before the end of the scene. So scene 1 is going to be flying to the house, and that takes resolving 8 cards to complete the scene. Scene 2 is going to be trying to moor yourself onto the house and get inside the house. And that takes 4 cards to resolve. Each card is a different deck that we'll be drawing from. Scene 3, it doesn't have any cards that you need to resolve, any number of cards you need to resolve, but each card will still give you a new complication. And that's just steal as much stuff as you can. Every card you resolve, you get to say that you've stolen a certain piece of trash of your choice and moved it onto the ship. The scene 4 takes 8 cards to resolve and involves the neighborhood watch and or rival trash animals in their own flying machine, and is the last big chase before getting back home. So please pick. Let's start with please pick a raccoon. There's Brisket Jack, Maria 3 times, Vibrissa, Torch Key, Kit, and Rabies Eddie. And their actions each generally follow a certain theme for each raccoon. Brisket Jack is crafty and diplomatic, and Maria is very strong and agile. Vibrissa is inventive. Torch Key is sneaky. Kit is very small and very cute, and Rabies Eddie is wild and violent. And there's no GM, by the way, so I'll be playing a Raccoon also. Did we lose somebody? Or is this everybody?
This is everybody. I see 5
Okay.
people.
Okay, cool. Just haven't been paying attention.
I'm leaning towards Torch Key, so unless
Love that Brandon went straight to the rabies.
Sorry, how often do you get to play a character whose name is Rabies, Eddie?
Not often. It's true.
I'm feeling emotive tonight.
I'm gonna take Brisket Jack
Awesome.
if no one else.
You're on mute, Chris, if you were saying something.
I've been like talking for 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, wait. How much of this has actually gotten?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. So wait. Did you hear me talk about lines and veils?
Yes.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay, wait. No, I think I just put myself on mute. Okay. So has everyone picked an action for your action number 8? There's
Yes. Since I have one choice, I picked it.
yes, sorry about that. Yeah, so I haven't finished.
It's the best choice, clearly.
It's
the only
not bad.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And Matthew, have you picked an action? So down in there's a drop down list next to your 8. Yeah.
I hide the kit columns just so we can.
Yeah, good idea.
Yay, run, stay home. So yeah, I take responsibility for making kit, you know. But
Shoot.
shoot,
Right, okay.
when call us when you're grown up.
Okay, so we'll go around and ask each other one relationship question, and since we're not sitting around a table, we'll just ask the person who's to your right in the character keeper order. So, Brisket Jack, do you want to start?
If you don't,
Sure.
What, Matthew?
if you don't mind my asking, maybe we should think about describing the characters or something like that. Because I was just wondering if we're gonna ask questions, if we're gonna point to each other and go like, "I like you," "I don't like you."
Okay,
Yeah.
right. All right, sure, yeah. Well, then why don't we do that first? Do you want to describe who you are? Josh? Brisket Jack?
Yeah, sure. I am Brisket Jack. Brisket Jack is a big raccoon. He is, he's well fed. He eats well, and he makes a show of it. That's why his name is Brisket Jack. He has he promises to all the people who join his crew that they're going to eat as well as Brisket Jack. And that's one of his big selling points. I don't think that I have a great track record when it comes to, results, but I have a great attitude.
Nice.
So my question is, why do you look to me for leadership? And is that really a good idea? So
You know what? Oh, sorry, go on.
no, please.
So, Matthew.
Did you have someone in mind that you wanted?
Oh, I think we
I
should
think
just ask the person who's next to us in
right.
the order,
Uh,
in the character keeper order.
Okay.
So asking you, Matthew.
Okay. Well, Maria 3 times the Mighty is a tough, muscular raccoon. She is constantly angry and frustrated at everything around her, with or without reason. Always face palming and scratching her eyes out over the things that happen around her. But she knows that she's one of the strongest raccoons around, so she knows she can be helpful in a situation, and realizes that the best way thinks that the best way to the way to make the best out of a situation is to contribute. So yeah.
All right, nice. All right. Well, before we ask the questions, let's just all go around and describe ourselves. So I'm Vibrissa, the inventive. I am always tinkering with stuff. I tend to make things more complicated than they need to be. But I'm sort of a losing the forest for the trees kind of raccoon. But I am really great at those details. It's just sometimes there's more details than there need to be. I think I know the inner workings of a lot of things on the ship, but I couldn't tell you how the whole thing runs. I lost my legs a long time ago in some sort of accident of invention, and so now I've got these wheels and they scoop me along pretty well. I'm a little nervous. Got sort of an anxious thing going on.
Are you so detail oriented you don't even notice you have wheels anymore?
I've probably forgotten about it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, I can.
Yeah, I'm Torch Key. So I am a raccoon like the rest of you, but my eye markings are a little bit unusual. They look like something exploded in like a puff of dust very close to my face, and there's just like streaks of like black and gray that sort of emanate outward this way. And I got the name Torch Key because my signature breaking and entering technique is to plant a firework in the lock of the door and then climb in through the window after it goes off.
Awesome.
Nice and stopping.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm Ray Bizzetti. I got that name because I got it and I lived.
Awesome.
I
Too
may not
tough to
look like
die.
much, but I've pretty much. But I seem to be unkillable, more or less. I pretty much had everything in the world that happened to me, including having a wall fall on me, and I made it out anyway. And I think everything's funny. Well, at least when it happens to you. Anyway, I'm good to have around because durable, and and full of surprises sometimes. And that's me.
Awesome.
Did
Okay,
you, after
yeah.
you got raised, did you get better, or do you still?
Oh yeah. What? You think I'm foaming at the mouth? What? Do I look like I'm foaming? Here, let me spit on you a little bit. Find out whether I got better. Of course I got better, moron.
Okay, Brisket Jack, you were asking a question of Maria.
Yeah,
would you wanna
For
do
anyone,
that?
really. Yeah.
Yeah. So my relationship question is, why do you look to me for leadership, and is that really such a good idea?
As I maybe gave a tell here, like if no one wants to like answer that question, then I'm willing to like take that.
Oh, no.
for-
No,
No,
we're going around
let's
the
just
horn.
let's
No,
ask
that's
each
for you,
person in
Matt.
order.
Oh, it's an
character keep
it's an
order.
around the horn question kind of thing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, neato. Yeah, well then, okay, I'll answer that question saying that we've had worse leaders before. We've had way worse leaders before. And, you have cleared
yeah.
the bar.
The bar is low, let's just say.
Yeah,
Really low.
Raccoon height.
It's-
So that's my answer.
anyway, brisket, that's a good reason. If you ever deliver, that is.
Okay, Maria, please ask me a question.
Okay. The question is.
There's 3 of them in the list there that you can pick from, or you can come up with your own.
Let's see. I would ask Torch Key. We share a relationship with the junkyard dog. What is it?
Share a relationship with the junkyard dog.
Or is that a group question? Sorry, is it a group question? I'm
No,
so
go
confused.
ahead. Torch is good.
Yeah.
Or no, Vibrissa, right?
Well, if you want to ask Torch Key, that's fine.
Oh, okay, I thought we were going around the horn.
Just as long as we make sure everybody gets to answer a question.
Fine.
Got it.
Yeah.
So basically, Torch Key is answering. It's like we'll answer the question, like, but it's an answer that's sort of is the group's answer. Is that what you're saying?
No. You're asking one specific raccoon.
All right. So you and I, we dream of being able to ride the junkyard dog, who's a Rottweiler, and we've tried many times, and we'd like to think that the junkyard dog enjoys our attempts, but we've never managed to stay mounted for more than like
5
a
seconds
couple
or
of minutes
something.
I
at a time.
got the
Oh,
stopwatch here.
minutes. Okay, that's good.
You got the stopwatch here. It's like you haven't made 6 seconds yet.
I like it. I'm writing it down.
Okay, Torch Key, please ask someone else a question. Actually, ask me or Brandon a question.
Yeah. Vibrissa, what was a recent escapade of mine, and how did I rope you into it?
Oh, I think that there's a trashed BMW high on a pile of wrecked cars, and it has a sweet sound system in it, and you convinced me to help you get up there and break into the BMW and steal this sound system. And I think you convinced me by talking up all of the wires and computer boards and things that we'd be able to get out of this BMW. I think that there ended up being an alarm system still active on this thing that for some reason had, I don't know how it was still active, but that an unholy beeping went off and the junkyard dog came out, and I don't think it worked.
So we did not get this sound system.
That's the way I'm leaning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ravy Zeddy. I guess Brisket Jack hasn't asked the question yet, but Ravy Zeddy, you've been my enthusiastic test pilot in the past. What was my most recent invention and what happened to it?
I'm gonna say okay, yeah, it was a ballistic rocket.
Ah,
Faster than an
wow.
airship. Yeah, it blew up on launch. Fortunately, I wasn't in it. I had to go pee. You know, as you're lighting the fuse, and then when I came back, it was all pieces, and you were asked over tea kettle about half football field away.
I'm like the raccoon Elon Musk.
Well, you know, so you win some, you lose some, but you know, Lucky is my middle name.
Right after rabies.
Right.
Is that the plan, to put yourself in orbit?
Well, it was just a faster way than, you know, it's a quick getaway thing, you know. So boom, you know, it's like, yeah, well, the airship takes, you know, what, half an hour to get to suburbia, you know, you figure cut it down to about 10 seconds. You know?
Yeah, I think we could have strapped that to the bottom of the of the ship and used it as like a escape pod or something.
Could have strapped that to the bottom of a medium-sized garage. You were afraid it was underpowered, so you kept adding, you know, adding tubes to it. One too many.
That's hilarious. I am sorry, I just
All
thought
right, so I guess I get to ask Brisket.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you saw me get a memorable scar once. What happened? No, I got more than one scar, but
Yeah.
one is particularly memorable.
I was observing as I do. Brisket has wide eyes, sees a lot of things. And I noticed a big shadow passing, and I thought to myself, well, yeah, well, what's happening? And I looked up, and there was a hawk that had you in it, and I saw the hawk drop you, and you have this big scar from where the hawk picked you up and where it just clamped right down.
Yeah, that son of a bitch. I don't know what he thought I was, you know, rabbit, deer, sheep, something, buffalo. Yeah, the problem with it is that, you know, it's like, you know, it's like, do I bite him? Because if I bite him, he's going to drop me, and we're like 100 feet up.
Yeah.
But if I don't bite him, he's going to do something probably worse. So I bit him.
Yeah. Luckily, you fell through a tree. It slowed your fall down enough.
Yeah. Trees 1, Hawk 0. Son of a bitch. I'll get that guy if I get a chance. Vibrissa, you got that ballista working yet? An anti-aircraft gun, something?
Any minute now. Any minute. It's really
Okay.
it just needs
If
a
that
little
guy shows
fine-tuning.
up again, I want to pop him one. Even like a big crossbow.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Let's go to the ship sheet and pick out some things about our ship. So we have 3 special abilities that the ship can get based on which wrecked car, which home appliance, and which carnival ride we pick for it. And although it doesn't have any mechanical effect, there's a question of how does the ship even float? So why don't each of you, well, three of you, each pick one part to make the ship out of.
Does the Pinterest board have examples of the gravitron and the zipper?
Yes. Yeah, the gravitron is that drum where you stand along the inside wall of it and it spins around real fast and then tilts and it's like you're stuck to the wall.
Okay.
And that's good for shooting things out of the ship or raccoons out of the ship. The zipper is this, it's like a big sort of pill shape with a track going around it with cars all on the track. It's like a small Ferris wheel, but shaped like this. And then and it sort of turns around while it's doing that. And so it's good for, you can shoot a car down into the house and scoop something out and drop it back on the ship, or vice versa. The octopus is a central hub and has these arms sticking out from the octopus with these two cars on the end of each arm. So you can put a raccoon in one of those cars or put something else at the end of that, one of those arms, and reach out with those. The Pinterest, although it has lots of examples, is not labeled really. So somebody wrote a lot of balloons. Yeah.
I would
Just
like it to be known that I picked the ability for to throw a raccoon in case someone is torn between the gravitron or the zipper or octopus.
That's right. That's right. You as Maria, you have the ability to throw a raccoon a long way. That's good. Yeah.
Fastball special.
Fastball special. Totally.
Yeah, zipper.
I do like the options for the ship floating.
Oh,
Cover
good.
right.
Good.
No,
Yeah, cover right.
We're going with balloons.
Okay, awesome. Like the house in Up.
Huh?
Like the house in Up. In the movie Up.
It's a yeah kind of. It's just a whole lot of balloon. We found a big carnival tank of helium and filled like 200 balloons.
Awesome.
So it's helium, not hydrogen, right?
It's helium. Yeah, these are helium
okay.
balloons. They have the extra advantage that you can use them to talk funny if you want.
Yes, yeah, I needed to know that because I wanted to decide, am I going to use this to be flammable or am I going to use this to talk funny?
I like the balloon thing. It's relatively fail-safe. Unlike unlike almost every other way of getting up in the air. At least you're not going to fall fast.
Right. Probably.
You might get blown 100 miles off course by the storm, but whatever.
Right.
What did you say this is powered by?
Okay, so can we take like a short break, like 5 minutes before we start in the first scene? Sound good?
Sure.
Okay, then we'll get going. Talk to you in a minute.
Right.
Let's see. Has everybody loaded the Roll20 game? Brandon, are you in there?
Let's see. No, I have to launch it.
There's a link in the chat.
No, I found the page. I just didn't hit launch.
Oh, okay. All right.
So there I am.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Hi. So we're going to start with scene 1, which is flying the ship. It takes 8 cars to complete. There's a scenes tab that lists each of the scenes. And although the descriptions are a little out of date, but regardless, you get the general idea. So what we're going to do is draw cards, and then and there's a mechanic I didn't talk about before. So we're going to draw cards, and anybody can say that they want to try to resolve a card. One raccoon will go at a time. The way it'll go is like this. You'll either pick an action from your list of 12 actions, in which case you'll mark the checkbox, or you'll roll however many d12s you're up to at that point. If you roll something that's helpful, you can narrate how your action interacts with the prompt that's on the card to resolve it. If you roll a 10, 11, or 12, or something else that you just can't see a way where it could possibly be helpful, then either we mark a condition, or another raccoon can step up and say, I'm going to resolve it, and they pick an action or roll. And if they're successful, then we have 2 successes, and that's 2 successes toward resolving the scene, or 2 pieces of trash if we're in the house. I'll walk you through it. But if that second raccoon fails, misses, then a third raccoon can step up in the same way. So that a success there would be 3 successes or 3 conditions marked on the ship. So for instance, I'm just gonna.
So you raise the stake. Anybody trying to help raises the stakes.
Yeah, raises the stakes. I find that to read these cards, I have to zoom in to at least like 160%, which I recommend. For instance, from scene 1, the first card drawn is the engine is missing a part. And each of these is going to play toward one or another of the raccoon's strengths. So this one actually might play to my strengths the most, since I'm the inventive one. So I'm going to roll a die.
How do we see the cards? I'm sorry.
Oh, I drew it out onto the grid.
All right.
You might have to zoom out or scroll around. Okay, cool. So I'm going to roll a die.
How did you even get lost?
And that's a 1, which is
that's good.
Probably good. It meant something new out of trash. So I'm gonna, and there's a, let me delete this one tab. There's a list of ship trash and a list of house trash. There's 100 items. I'm going to get out a, let's see, a roll of bubble wrap, and I'm just gonna, I don't know, there's something that's missing, a casing or a housing. I'm just gonna wrap this bubble wrap around it, and as the thing vibrates, it's popping all the bubbles. But that's just the way it's gonna be. It'll probably hold mostly. But if I had rolled a 10, 11, or 12, then somebody else could have stepped up and rolled or spent one of their planned actions, and we could just keep going around until all 5 had tried. Probably somebody's going to succeed. So I'm going to draw a new card. So we're headed off course. Is there anybody who can steer the ship back toward the suburbs before we run aground somewhere?
Yes, I'm going to roll.
Okay.
Who's that? Who are you playing, Josh?
Brisket Jack.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm going to change my name in the Zoom chat.
Oh, there's
my
a good
character
idea.
name. Yeah.
I will also do that. And make sure to not remember this name for future meetings.
Probably
I love
not as
setting it.
bad as Rabies Eddie.
I love setting it to.
I've had stranger names.
Yes, I've gone into a few with a few unfortunate names into Zoom meetings because of the Gauntlet, other online stuff.
Brandon, what was your character's name in Space Worm versus Moonicorn?
Red.
Red, yeah. Right, from the Time War.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you rolled a 2. That's probably really good.
It is.
Sounds good.
That means that I come up with a plan.
Is that a good
There
plan?
are no bad things associated, unlike some of the plans that I might come up with.
What's the
So
plan?
I think that we are in this big old Buick. We're in this big 1953 Buick, and we're drifting too low. You know, we need to get up before we hit something or we get seen. And I shout, cut the suspension. You know, we need to cut the suspension on the Buick. We need to lose the weight.
Oh.
And
Okay.
because we're not driving this thing anywhere. This is a car of the skies. So I give my plan out to the fellows.
Excellent.
Was spare tire do in a pinch?
Yeah. So there's a thud as
Bombs away.
the suspension falls into a bush, flattens it, and the Buick starts to float up again.
Nice.
So just for like visualization, the ship
Yes.
isn't just a Buick, right? Because we have a carnival ride attached to it.
That's
Right.
true. Yeah, we are a Buick, a zipper, and a vacuum cleaner.
With balloons on it.
With a lot of balloons on it. Yeah, that's right.
Balloons on it.
Yeah.
But like,
So
where's the Buick positioned in the ship?
I just want to say, because I'm because my brain is a cartoon brain, like I just imagine this wad of trash, and then like there's the front end of the Buick sticking out on one end, and the back end of the Buick sticking out on the other end, and
I
it's
think that-
being held up by balloons.
I think
like
the Buick.
all
I think
this
the
trash
Buick.
piled.
I think the Buick is the cockpit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
it's nice and
nice.
solid. It's a good place to hide from stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
And
I
Or
like
even a
that.
cheap plastic bubble over the passenger section of the Buick.
and the windshield wipers still work. Of course, the windshield's
Yes.
gone, but the wipers still work.
That's great. And I think it's got like, yeah. So maybe it's sitting on top of all the trash, and you've got all this like just weird random stuff, and then the zipper is like hanging off the bottom, I think.
The zipper
It's still able to go
the
around.
zipper's kind of huge, right?
Yeah, the zipper's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and it rotates, right? The zipper is
Yeah.
is that those two wheels. So I think the zipper is like what's either on top of the Buick or it's underside the Buick, and it's going around horizontally.
Oh, nice.
Boop, boop, doo, 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 doo.
So
probably
I think
probably playing music while it's doing it.
No, I think we're kind of doing this like Zeppelin style or blimp style, I guess, where you have the Buick is the cabin underneath the
Sure. Oh, no, the zipper, of course, is the propulsion, because the little wheels spin around, and then that pushes air and moves the thing along. So it's the lights and the music are just because it's Carnival Red. And then the balloons on top, so the whole thing actually gets off the ground.
It works. Yeah.
It works.
Totally working system. I think there's a lot of stuff between the Buick and the zipper, little windy passages and
Sure.
refrigerators or something. I don't know.
Yeah, struts,
Struts.
You
Yeah.
have to have
Yeah.
struts.
Gotta have struts. Yeah.
Struts, cables, random bits of stuffing, insulation.
Yes. Totally. Okay, we are 2 toward our 8 that we need to finish this scene.
We're practically there.
Yes. The engine's making weird noises. Can you figure out what the problem is? I've already gone, so I want to let somebody else tackle this.
I got this. Definitely got this.
All right, well,
11.
11.
I
What's
get
the worst
caught
that could happen?
stealing. How do I get caught stealing? Okay. The
Did you get caught stealing whatever is missing from the engine?
yeah, so the engine is making weird noises. And I think it's like sparking weird, and I'm like, I got it. It's a bad spark plug, maybe more than one. And so I take this little maybe we're flying pretty low, and there's like a rope that can be lowered to pull me back up. So I have this little like squirrel suit that I like sail down to the ground in, and I land on the roof of this like what is it? It's like it's a repair shop, and I thought it was like I thought it was like a car repair shop, but it's actually like, no, it's an appliance repair shop, and I'm hoping for I don't know, I'm hoping for some sort of spark plug replacement. But
Some electrical gizmo that will replace the spark plug.
yeah, and so I've crawled into like a dryer or something like that, and I'm like taking it apart, and I hear the door slam behind me.
And are we moored on this repair shop, or are we still?
No, we're
drifting?
still drifting. We're just kind of like
A
dragging
very
a line.
long rope.
We're dragging a line. You know, he's supposed to catch up with it.
It's one of
Okay.
those like it's one of those not a streamer, but like a one of those strings with flags going down it. That's like
Nice.
down to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bitty boat anchor at the bottom.
So the door opened. Has somebody come into the shop? Have you been caught?
No, somebody's
human?
purchased this dryer and is now in the process of strapping it to the top of their car. And you can see my face, like the glass of the dryer door, looking up at you and.
Okay, time to intervene.
Okay. All right. Reel him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll because it's still too early to choose.
Well, technically you don't have to roll for this, just to reel him in. It's still this card.
Oh, but he failed.
I love
right?
the idea. Yeah, sure.
He failed. So if we don't want to get a condition, we're gonna.
Oh, yes, right. Of course. Yeah.
So, okay. So you do R D12.
Yes.
Right. All right.
A 1. Awesome.
Can I roll dice or what? Stare down any danger. All right. Yeah. So I jump down the rope and I land on the windshield of this car. Then I glare right at the driver, and the driver freaks out, and then the car goes into a tree.
Awesome.
Back windows shattered.
Great distraction. Okay.
Right.
That gives us 2 successes, and we can reel you both in on this long line of bunting or whatever it is, and
I foam a little bit for the benefit of the driver, just to make him cringe more.
Does he like turn on the windshield wipers?
Humans are so easy.
And we must have gotten some electrical part out of the dryer too, because now this has turned failure into success. So
yeah, well, while Torch was trapped in there, he liberated something else. It's because he's like, I'm just gonna.
Awesome.
So what else did you come up with?
Yeah, so I thought we needed spark plugs, but it turns out that we needed like an electric motor for our vacuum cleaner. But luckily, dryers don't have spark plugs, and what I thought was a spark plug was in fact the electric motor for the vacuum cleaner. So
See, everything works out mostly. Okay, let's try another one. Stowaway discovered. Who is the stowaway? Can you talk them down, or if necessary, tackle them? Who wants to go? I think. Let's see, Maria, have you gone? And Jack, have you gone?
Jack went. Maria and you haven't gone.
I went.
Oh, okay.
back.
Well, Maria
Yeah.
hasn't gone then.
Okay.
All right. I'll take that card then, and I'll say that our stowaway is Kit.
Ah, the
Oh
runt.
no.
Yeah, so we find the widowous raccoon in our ship.
Okay, awesome. Oh, but you got to roll.
Okay,
Roll or
let's
pick
roll.
an action. So
All right.
Kit is going to cause some kind of trouble that you're going to have to
Right,
address.
hitting the D12. It's a D12, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
A 1.
How many ones have we gotten on these D12s?
I'm sure that'll keep up.
So what's that looking like, boss?
Well, that's on your list. That's a throw trash a long way. I'm not sure how that's helpful.
Oh, it's
But-
totally helpful. If you don't have an idea, I do.
Maybe I can. If it's helpful, then what happens is I take the a cheap piece of trash but it looks shiny and flashy or cute or whatever, and like throw it, and it's enough to distract Kit, I'd say, and make him chase after it. And he's just like momentarily and stupidly just distracted and just runs off.
Awesome. That
If we're in mid-flight,
Yeah.
then he dives off.
I was for wrapping him in bubble wrap or stuffing him in a duffel bag of old clothes and just
throwing that out.
and just throwing it out of the airship. But hey, that's fine.
I like the idea of it maybe being a plushie, like his favorite plushie, right?
Oh,
And that happens after, as we're kind of lifting off. So he disembarks. Yeah.
Okay,
Threw Mr.
okay.
Meanie into a tree. He had to go chase it.
he can land on the plushie. It'll cushion his fall. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Maybe while he's embracing it, like
Yeah.
Terminal,
I saw a video.
He's small. Terminal velocity isn't so high for him.
I saw a video of a raccoon last year falling like 10 stories and then just running off, seemingly fine.
So I guess 5 stories, just to be on the safe side.
Sure. Okay, awesome. We're 5 for 5. This is good. Okay. Attacked by ship of rival trash animals.
Oh no. What kind of rival trash animals?
I think we've all gone. Who wants to take this?
I'll take it. I hate them.
Okay, awesome.
Can they be vultures? No, I'm just kidding.
I forgot vultures are trash animals. Yes.
They're
I
not
was
trash animals.
thinking
I was
possums, but
Could be
what were you thinking?
possums.
It's your card, Eddie.
Yeah, no. I'm actually thinking of magpies.
Oh,
They like trash.
yeah.
And they have shrill, annoying voices.
That's the perfect draw.
Wow.
Oh, excellent. Okay, I'm
All
sure
right.
this is going to be good.
It is going to be good. Yeah.
Okay, so panic, eat trash. You really shouldn't. Okay.
hmm.
I know what I'll do. I'll swallow all these pennies and then spit them at them.
Yikes.
Oh,
Okay, it's wait a minute. Okay, just a moment. Okay, I got a problem.
Uh-oh. What do you do?
You can't regurgitate the pennies.
God damn it.
Okay.
You think you can poop them out?
Can anybody help him out? Who wants?
It's starting to clank when I
I'll
move around.
I'll help him move him out.
Okay, roll or spend a planned action to see what you do.
All right. Let's see. How do I do that? Do I mark the checkbox?
Yeah, if you want to pick an action, mark one of your 2 checkboxes about halfway down your character sheet. And then next time you roll, you'll be rolling with 2d12. But for this time,
so
you
you
can pick whatever you want.
I think it makes more sense since there's a very spontaneous spur of the moment reaction on Maria's part to make him poop it out by squeezing him.
Okay.
We'll just roll.
Oh, you're gonna
All right.
roll. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see. Then we'll see what you do.
We'll see if it actually works.
Oh God.
Well,
That's a 5.
Okay,
that's,
5.
So open
And
or
what's-
close something. Am I something? Because I like the solution here. Okay, just aim me at those guys and squeeze really hard.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a great idea. And I pivot Rabies Eddie's sphincter towards the
No,
magpies.
no. I just have to come out the front way. Just squeeze. Give me the
Nice.
Heimlich.
Heimlich, yeah, out the front of the
Oh,
raccoon.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
right.
yeah, and I open my mouth and the pennies go flying at the magpies.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. Nailed that son of a bitch.
Great.
Rough. Wouldn't want to do that again.
Wow.
Note to self.
Okay, so
Not the best idea I ever had.
And when
Awesome.
I put you down, when I put Rabies Eddie down, the last thing I do is I reach into his mouth and take the last penny out.
Excellent, nice, like a little vending machine, like the coin
Yeah.
return.
Oh, and there's probably like a vending machine you could put the penny in.
Yeah,
Vending
somewhere
machine
in
stakes
this
There's a
game.
gumball
pennies?
machine. There's a gumball machine. This is a carnival ride. There's a gumball machine.
Definitely.
You want some chewing gum?
Okay, that's 7 successes so far. Got one last thing. High tension power lines dead ahead.
Uh-oh. This might be yours, Crystal.
Okay, all right, I'll roll. Let's see. It's an 8. That's
Mixed.
yeah, mixed. Let's see. Build a Rube Goldberg machine to do a thing. Okay.
Here we
So-
go. Here goes Vibrissa.
It's going to be totally fine. I'm instead of steering us out of the way, I'm going to like get a couple garden rakes and put them on the front of the ship and have them like press down on, reach out in front of us, press down on the high tension power lines and sort of spring us forward off of them. And I think that I think
Please don't
that
get
mostly
electrocuted.
works. Yeah, there's definitely an electrocution risk.
It's like it turned us into a giant bumper car.
Yeah. We get a little snagged on the power lines and
Everybody's hair stands on it.
just for a moment, and then we sort of bounce forward, and and everything's jostled around, and we're kind of all like plastered to the bulkhead, but the ship might be still a little electrified, but we've made it to the suburbs. We've found a house.
So we had to mark a condition for that, but we made it. Is that what mixed means?
Yes.
So are you marking a ship condition?
Marking a ship condition. I'm going to mark straining. And the deal with the conditions is you don't have to mark them all in consecutive order, but the next one you mark has to be a higher number than the last one you marked. So you can skip one, but you can't go backward.
Gotcha.
So the ship's rivets might pop out at any moment. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Big
So on a
deal.
mix, we just we mark both a success and a condition.
Yeah.
So we made it. Hooray.
Yeah.
Look at that place. Ah, sweet.
And we're in the house. So we're next to the house. We need to secure and get inside somehow. So we only need 4 successes to get inside the house. I'll draw a card. A gust of wind is blowing the ship into the chimney. Can we steer around it or secure the ship? So I think I probably need to design in a way to know who's gone most recently so that we can keep track of this. It's a little hard.
Just now noticed the name of our ship.
The dumpster fire, yes.
Yes. All right.
There's supposed to be different symbols in the top left, which, but I just forgot to put them in.
I'll try to help us out here.
Go for it, Brisket.
Excellent.
Oof.
Oof.
Panic. Become wiser but poorer.
I'm not even sure what that means, but
Or has a lot of meanings.
yeah.
How can I lose some money here?
Well, it could be. It doesn't have to be money. It could be stuff.
Yes, you could be just poorer by one section of the ship.
I think that I feel the wind buffeting the ship, and I'm toying with the controls in the Buick seat, and I'm pulling all the levers, and none of it's working. And I've become much wiser because half of that stuff, I didn't even know what it did before now. But I'm a little bit poor because, well, I've just been, half of those things maybe are only one-time use, and in my panic, I've just expended them.
Okay, all right. So do we hit the chimney or
Is somebody going to try to
or somebody else? Yeah.
intervene?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Go charge.
Oof.
That didn't sound like a good oof.
9. That's a mixed.
Climb a sheer surface.
So if that was a mix, does that mean there's 2 successes and 2 conditions?
It's the possibility of 2 successes. I see what you mean. Yes, yeah, that would be. Unless
All right. So what is it? What is 9 for you, Torch?
Climb a sheer surface.
Climb a sheer surface.
Well, the chimney's pretty sure.
I mean, sure. The chimney is sheer enough. I think. How is this helpful?
Or
Throw you a rope and you could climb up and wrap it around the chimney.
I think what I've done is I've jumped it down to the roof, and I've stripped a bunch of shingles off of the roof, and like piled them up around the chimney to make a ramp that sort of like launches the ship, or like very, very gently diverts the ship up above the chimney. But I mean, I don't know how roofs work in game or out of game, but the roof is very slippery underneath the shingles, and I'm now like sliding downward, or I don't know. What is the condition that we need to?
Well, it could either be a ship condition or a house condition. The house has the first condition for the house is noisy, which stripping all the shingles off would be noisy.
It certainly would. Also, a raccoon like desperately scrabbling to stay on top of the roof would be noisy.
Right.
So can someone bail me out from a mixed result?
Yeah. I think I can try to bail you out.
Are you gonna try it or are you gonna do it?
Sorry, what was the question?
Are you going to try or are you going to succeed?
I'd say I succeed.
No.
Meaning,
Pick an
you're
action
gonna,
or a roll.
are you gonna pick an action
Oh,
or a
okay. I
roll?
thought that was a question.
No, just teasing.
No, not asking about your hopes and aspirations here, but
Oh yeah, my dreams and my goals. Yeah.
no, you know,
Let's do it.
it's like
And that's a 2.
That's probably good.
that sounds good.
Number 2 is budge something heavy. So yeah,
Like an airship.
yes, that actually sounds that actually sounds best. Maybe Maria punches the airship
Sure.
from the
Yeah.
side. You sort of like jostle it in the right direction.
Nice. Okay, cool. I think that turns it into 3 successes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we really just need one more to get through the scene. Oh, wrong deck. One sec. This one.
I tried googling really buff raccoons to represent my character, but then I stumbled on some very thirsty furry art.
I bet.
And I was like, yeah, let's not do
Couple
that.
on a date.
Yes, there's a couple on a date walking on the sidewalk down below.
They gotta distract them. That's me. I'm a distraction. If nothing else. I'm even probably a good distraction. Shrug off pain to do what he needs doing. That's fine. Once again, I jump. I land on one of them.
Oh wow.
There is screaming. Ow.
So it's so shocking they don't bother to look up. They're just like Raccoon.
Raccoon, gah.
Are you attached to the ship at all, or are you just jumping down?
Am I attached to the ship?
Like, do we have a rope?
Yeah, I got a
around you?
bungee cord.
Bungee cord, excellent.
Right. So I kind of land on her head, and put the claws in just enough so she freaks out and grabs hold of him, and then I let go, and she goes, "Oh my God!" Something grabs him, and he looks and he goes, "What? I don't see anything." And she goes, "It was right here." And they're both looking around, because it's for the and it's like, okay, this place really is haunted. Let's get the hell out of here.
When the bungee cord yanks you back, I want to know if it squeezes more pennies out of you.
Yes. There are a few coins that Maria didn't get, so they clattered to the ground there, and I get her. I
thought I took out all
one
the
of her
pennies.
hair things.
Yeah, I thought I took out all the pennies, but I think throughout the rest of this story, you'll be continuously burping them.
I ate a lot of pennies. I ate a whole roll of pennies. It's it's
we need to go on those we need to go get some of those pennies, those like those things like where you create a token, like a touristy thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those since 1995, but yeah, like
it like punches it presses. Yeah.
At least at least they're copper, so it doesn't get grabbed by a magnet or something.
Right.
Oh dear God. Or you can be a magnet detector.
Oh yeah.
That's what you can be. So if we're near any junkyards that have those like electromagnet thingies, we'll know they're nearby. But you'll just feel a rumbling in your belly.
Right. Okay, so that's that scene. Because that's 4 successes, which I think I need to either adjust the probabilities or make it take more points to get through the scene. But rules are rules, so we're just going to play it as written. That we are presumably in the house and have latched on somehow.
So we skipped over all of the like grappling the house and getting inside.
Well, you grappled us onto the chimney that we almost smacked into.
It's true.
And
There's
so
that.
then we just go down the chimney.
All right.
There are a lot of other cards in that deck for like ways to get inside and like ways to latch on. That yes, normally we get a little bit more into. So, but we're in the house and it's El Dorado. But you know, there's a whole list of house trash and there's a little map of the house on the house sheet. But the complications start right away. So the first one is there's a running faucet. One of us has turned on the faucet by accident and the sink is starting to overflow.
Story of my actual life.
I'll take this. I'm sure I can get this working. No, that's a 12. So
Ooh.
that's drop what you're doing. So I had gotten out a big wrench and I was gonna fix this somehow, but instead I just dropped the wrench on the sink and break it into a million pieces.
And starts to gush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's not a running faucet anymore. Now it's free flowing pipe.
Yeah. So does anybody want to try to make good on that, or should I just take a condition? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, don't look at me. I'm an ancient of chaos here.
7. Car, home appliance, or carnival ride action.
So you can look at
be on the ship sheet, the house sheet. Or,
yeah. So the car action can ignore an attack.
Right. The vacuum
zipper can scoop something up, and the home appliance action can grab hold of something.
Right.
A vacuum cleaner. Good. That's going to be this is going to be tricky.
It's not going to be tricky at all.
Okay.
There's no problem. So I hear the clatter of your wrench hitting the ground, and I poke my head into the bathroom and I see what's going on, and I'm like, okay, don't panic. And I look out the window and I see one of the chairs of the zipper, and I'm like, all right, the house can't flood. I just have to point the water out the window, and so I just like I twist the faucet that's like spraying water out so that it sprays out the window, and then I dash back onto the roof and hit go on the zipper, and now we're just like, the water's still going out the window, but it's every time something goes out, it gets flung like across town.
Oh, nice.
Just like carload after carload.
I was thinking it was going to, there's the like the buckets are going to fill up and it was going to go up and then dump in the neighbor's yard.
That's what they're actually awful.
It's just, another bucket, car bucket full of thing, and then sploosh. So somebody's flooding, but it's not this house.
Right. Sort of a Sorcerer's Apprentice thing. They just keep
it's just sploosh.
No, that's actually perfect because it's supposed to be a mixed success. So
yes.
Okay. All right. So
so we have to mark 2 conditions.
But we get 2 successes.
Yes, but but you get to steal a piece of trash out of it. Since we're in the house scene, instead of successes, we just have trash that we steal. So
okay.
The sink could be the trash.
The sink.
But it's your action. So
I'm looking at my list of trash here.
Right.
What is it?
The house trash or the ship trash?
The house trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way I achieved this was they have one of those like hose showers. And so I like attach the hose to the sink and stick it out the window to pour into the
Nice.
thing. And then I'm like, this shower head, wow, look at this. And I have this adjustable handheld shower head that I'm taking with me.
Nice.
And so 2 conditions. I mean, this is a noisy process. Like there's a carnival ride going on outside of the window of this house now. And also we are the water is dumping on like the edge of the house just where the dog's kennel is, and the dog is not happy about it.
Oh no.
Wow.
The dog, if we have a wet dog.
We sure do.
Awesome. Okay.
Boy, does something smell to you? Because it really smells over here.
Okay.
So what else
Who's
did you
going
get? You
next?
got 2 things.
Oh yeah, you got 2 things. You got the shower head and.
Oh, you get to trash it too?
Yes.
Beautiful. And I got myself a beard trimmer.
Nice.
Who doesn't need one of those?
Yeah. Yeah, so I come out of this very wet, and you see a scene where I'm like walking out of some like trash tunnel, sort of like wiping off my face with a dirty rag and trimming my beard as if I just got out of the shower.
Very nice.
Do you have a towel around your head?
Your ears dry off. Okay, we've got another one. Who wants to take this one? Is someone in the room with you?
A human or dog is in the room with you. They may be awake or asleep. Can you avoid alerting them? Well, our master thief is already just gone.
Who's taking this one?
You can take this one.
All right. I'd say there is a human. Wait, do we specify is the room specified already, or
No, you can
room?
pick the room. Yeah.
All right. I'd say they are watching the telly.
Oh, okay. So they're
Yeah.
awake.
They're awake, or they could be asleep in front of the telly.
Okay.
And can I avoid alerting them? All right, that is a roll. That is a 3. We're
sounds
looking
good.
at hold fast. No, is that my character? Hold fast. Not sure how hold fast. Hold fast. I'm trying to figure out how that works narratively. Maybe
Like
Something was about to fall over and you grabbed it.
it is sort of more of a shipboard kind of move, like where you just hold on to something hard. But
oh, you know what it is? Maybe I'm crawling on the ceiling or whatever, or the bookshelves, right? And then when I try to jump, from one light fixture to the next room, like I almost dropped the light or smash a light bulb or whatever and everything. So I try to hold on to the light fixture for as long as it takes for him to fall asleep. In fact, the noise I create from like grabbing the chandelier or the light fixture is what causes the human to wake up. And then I have to go like,
hey, Barishnikov, you're strong, not subtle.
Okay, but that works. So then you wait for him to fall asleep again?
yeah.
Okay.
And
What
do you
trash do you
get
get
the
out of
TV?
this?
Get the TV. No. Did I say that out loud? Get whatever you want.
And what happens after that?
You pick a piece of trash.
All right, I can try to find the trash. Oh, there it is. House trash.
There is a giant flat screen TV.
Yes, let's steal the TV from. I like that suggestion. Or
You're going to take the recliner out from under him, aren't you?
no, I'm going to take the PlayStation 5 because it's funny to me.
Nice.
Because those things, like people are going to war over those things.
Is that right? I've totally missed the whole all the console thing.
It's not as bad here in the Philippines. I hear it's very bad.
I clearly have not been keeping up. I'm sure people are going ballistic over that. Okay, cool. So next one. Hard to reach. Something is stuck in the couch cushions or behind should be behind a vent register. Can you get it? This one would have been ideal for Kit, who is not here.
I'm gonna do a planned action.
Right on.
I've done one of those.
Oh,
So, I'm going to do a planned action of number 8, which is position yourself or the ship strategically. So I'm going to position myself strategically, or behind. Sorry,
It should be behind. Yeah, it's a typo.
So I'm going to position myself strategically in the vent. You notice there's a scratching from the inside of the vent, and you think to yourself, "What?" And the vent lid pops out.
Hey, this house has mice.
And it's Brisket Jack, falls out of the vent clutching this piece of trash.
What awesome piece of trash is it?
Let's say what have I found in the vent? He is dragging behind him by the cord an electric blanket.
Wow. How did that get in there?
He's in the bedroom, so he must have popped into the vent in the bedroom, and this is only where he has tumbled out.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Right, but you got a complication, right? Because it's mixed.
But I do get a complication also.
Yeah.
It's mixed.
Yeah. Which, that was a tough one for me because I was trying to figure out, I want it to be a number that they're going to hit even when they're rolling more than one die. But I made all the ones in the middle mixed successes. So, maybe I should have made that a number 1, like the action you picked.
To be fair, I think it is. It's sort of a situation where, is there a bell curve? Because you just pick the highest, right?
It's not a bell curve. It's definitely skewed toward the higher number. So if you're rolling 2d12, it's a straight ramp up from 1 to 12, where you're like 20% likely, like about 20% likely to hit a 12, and then it decreases for each number lower than that. If you're rolling 3d12, it's a line, and you're like 30% likely to roll a 12, and everything else is less than that.
Yeah, if you want, one way to from a mechanics point of view for later is you don't have to make all the low numbers successes and all the middle numbers mixed, right? So that you could make the 8 a success, even though it's a highish number. Have it be a little island of happiness in the middle of otherwise difficult problems.
Yes, I can make all the odd ones mixed and all the even ones,
or anything you could do, or just mix them up somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think you get to pick that, so let's not add a complication on top of that. I think that's well, anyway.
All right, so you got an electric blanket.
Yes.
Score.
So marbles or baby toys are strewn on the floor. Can you navigate them? Who wants to take this one?
Slippery trash. I think it's probably my turn.
Okay.
All right. How are we doing in the complications department? We probably want to save a few, huh?
Sure.
A terrible thing could happen.
We're only up to 2.
Roll like that. Don't have to pick.
Oh, hey, excellent.
All right.
Stare down any danger, right?
Stare down any danger. All right. Where am I? I am. Okay, slippery trash. Well, yeah, because of the water that got loose before before there. Yes, we are definitely in the kitchen, and that's where the dog is.
Oh,
And
okay.
the dog comes out there as I am making off with the dog food.
Oh no.
And the dog starts to bark, and I rear up on my hind legs and I bare my teeth at him, and I give him the hairy eyeball. You know.
Nice.
And he backs down and whimpers and then hides in his kennel for a moment. And I take his dog food.
Sweet.
I stole dog food from a dog.
It's like taking candy from a baby.
Large baby with big teeth.
Huge. Yeah, if a baby was bigger and stronger than you were.
Poor dog is like curled up in this puddle at the bottom of his kennel now.
Yeah. Everything's wet.
Yeah, he's wet. Yeah.
Okay. Next
Miserable
one's
excuse for a dog.
Next one is a high shelf. Delicate objects high on a shelf. Can you get it without breaking a lot of other things loudly? Who hasn't gone?
I think we've all gone this round.
Okay. All right. I'll go.
Torch, you wanna?
Oh yeah, Torch, you go for it.
Sure, I'll go. I'm gonna keep rolling. 5. Oh, use grappling lines or jump to a high spot. Okay, so what is this delicate object? It's oh man, it's one of those you know, those like multifaceted disco balls that you can sit on your desk and it like doubles as like a radio / alarm clock and whatever. This is something that the occupants of this house have clearly not used in years and are considering getting rid of. And I'm like, yes, it must be mine. And what do I, let's see. And they have, there's like a computer or something, like some piece of electronics that I just like rip the power cord out of the back of and like whirl it around my head and like launch it up there. And it just like barely wedges in the top of the shelves. And yeah, I scramble up and grab it. And is that a mixed?
That is a mixed success.
It is a mixed success.
And then the whole shelf comes over with a big crash.
Yeah, so that.
Wait, you rolled a 5? 5 is helpful.
Oh, 5's helpful. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, it is.
It
Okay.
should be mixed, but it's 5. It's helpful. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna narrate what was going to be my and then
okay.
And so I like scramble back up to the ship and like put it in its place of honor on the dashboard of the car, and I plug it in and turn it on. And so it's like shooting lights out into the night now. And we see like the head of some like neighborhood watch person that turns over there, and they're like, those Robinson kids, parties in the middle of the night, unbelievable.
50 feet up in the air. Those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Sorry, I just saw Matt's thing. Babies are like dogs, but ugly. Okay, awesome. So can you write that? Oh yeah, you got it. Just Google radio. Awesome. Then oh no, okay. I'll take this one. It's a
Ooh,
fire.
a fire.
One of us turned on a stove burner. I probably did it, climbing up onto the stove and just.
Do you
knocked
just
the
turn on
knob
things
off.
to see what they do?
Yes. How else do you find out? Yeah. And there's an oven mitt on the stove, and it bursts into flame. I guess it's just cotton. Wow. I'm going to pick an action for this, which is I'm going to rig trash to do something helpful, which I think in this case is going to be that zipper. I'm just going to steer it around to dump a bunch of water into the kitchen briefly before.
Yeah, through the oven hood.
Yeah, oh yeah, that flew.
Dump it right down the oven hood. Just sploosh.
That's perfect. Yes. And then I'll steer it away, but not exactly where it was before. So I don't know what it's dumping water on now, but dump some water on there to put out the fire, thankfully. Oh God.
There's a flash flood warning comes up on the TV.
and
very localized flash floods warning in Dorchester County.
that the guy watching TV sees. We must have gotten some of that.
So the water runs down his windows.
And then I guess I'm gonna get a.
Maybe he was making steamed hams.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a deep fat fryer off this.
With the fat in it.
Yes, definitely. That's
the best part.
Yeah.
A big bucket of fat.
Okay, let's see. What's next? Dog toy.
Just like considering what's happened so far, like stepping on a dog toy seems like the least of our concerns. But
pretty. Yeah.
Well, this dog's not out yet. It's gathered up its courage to.
All right, who's going to take this?
I'm not afraid of no dog.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
What's he gonna do? Steal my pennies? All right. That's a nice mixed success. Let's see what it is.
Yeah.
6. Find an ingenious use for trash you discover in the shed or the house. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the step on the dog toy, and the dog chases after me and down into the basement, and I go right up the wine rack, and the dog tries to follow.
The wine rack, you said?
Yes, a wine rack
my
full of
God.
wine, and the dog tries to follow because he is not the sharpest chisel in the toolbox, and the whole thing goes over on top of him.
Oh no. Oh, okay. So this is a mixed success. So you're going to get a piece of trash out of it, and it's going to add a condition. The guy watching TV hears the ruckus from the basement.
Yeah, from his wine collection. It's just smashing itself. And of course, I end up with the dog toy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I score on the dog yet again. Not, quite as cleanly as last time, but still. So now she, and yep, alerted. Yes, okay. The smashing of about $1,000 worth of wine has woken up the guy in front of the TV that something might be happening.
Metal Gear exclamation point sound effect.
I squeak the toy at the dog, as he's
taunting him.
Taunting him, as
Wow.
he's trying to get out from underneath the wine rack. And of course the owner comes down and sees the dog, and all the smashed wine, and immediately goes off on the dog.
Oh yeah.
Bad dog. Bad. How did he get into a locked wine?
Also miraculously uninjured dog, right?
Oh,
Despite
sure,
all
yes,
the glass.
absolutely.
This is a durable dog, he's not going to be hurt like nothing.
No, he's
Like,
got the little stars around his head.
But he is purple
from the wine.
Yes, he is not merely wet. He is purple from head to toe.
This is a long-suffering dog. This dog has been through.
Yeah, and now he's been shouted at by his owner. So
yeah,
this dog.
He and Pluto can grab a drink over that kind of shit.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, awesome. So we've got another one, which is video game. Now somebody already stole the video game, so they must have two consoles.
Why not? Maybe he's one of those scalpers. That's what he is. He's a scalper.
They've got
so just
Xbox
context
and yeah.
Yeah, because I'll keep it very, very short. But as a games media person, the thing that's going on right now is people are just like buying consoles in bulk and trying to sell them on eBay or whatever, like for massive amounts of, like, way worth more than they actually are. So maybe he's one of those. He's one of those mothers, He's like,
and so.
Yeah, he's part of the problem,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So this can still happen.
Okay. So someone has stepped on the console controller and a save game is activated.
Maybe that's me.
Okay. Yeah. We've established this guy is watching TV. So.
Yeah. So I'm holding the PlayStation 5, right? That this inelegant, cumbersome, brick that looks like an environmentally designed building, and Maria's hind paw steps on the button, and it activates, and it's like, I don't know, some loud games. I guess you could say it's Call of Duty, So
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and it does the blaring corporate logos that show up before the game, so it's like dong 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 dong. Yeah, and let's see. Can you quiet it down, or can you resist playing the next level? The second option is funnier to me. So Maria's got a bit of a vice, apparently. So she picked up the PlayStation 5 saying I'm gonna steal this thing, right? And she presses it and it's like, oh, but maybe one round.
So are you
Let's
gonna
roll.
Peek or are you gonna roll?
Now, is this in the same room where the
It's the same
guy was
room, I
watching
mean,
TV? Oh, we
yeah,
took the flat
yeah.
screen TV, right?
No,
So-
we didn't take the TV. It took the
Oh, we-
console.
Oh, okay, all right. So,
Yeah.
are you gonna be playing Call of Duty with the guy?
Let's see what happens if I
Alright, roll.
roll D12.
Maybe
Or
something
does it presume I'm playing already?
No,
D12. That's a 5. A 5 is a stoke the ship's engines, open or close something. Huh, helpful.
make fit.
Open or close something. Not sure how that works in this situation. Open or
Yeah.
close something.
You could re-roll.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
You could also lock the guy out of the room while you finish the level.
That's actually hilarious to me. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe I like that suggestion. Anakin, was that Anakin who made the suggestion?
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah. So she grabs it, she taps it, she turns it on, and she's like, marches over to the door and then goes, lock the guy while he's off investigating the wine situation.
Right, the purple
Oh,
dog.
this poor long-suffering dude.
Hey, you
And
got
here we
Ford.
go.
Hey, this is a suburban home with a 4-car garage. He's not poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can handle it.
We don't go after poor houses. They don't have,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
have enough trash.
I think from now, I like what you said, Brandon. So I think from now on, if ever I play Raccoon Sky Pirates, again, I'll be like, let's draw a line on robbing from the poor.
That's a good one. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Maria starts, and I think that's over for now.
Okay, awesome. So what else? You're still in there playing. So
Yeah.
okay, so let's draw another
Let's see
one.
should I look at the junk and see what I can pocket in
Yeah,
addition?
sure.
All right, the house trash would be. I take an Alexa speaker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because we can install that on the ship.
Totally.
Voice activated Buick. What could go wrong?
Okay, I drew a new card, which is the cat. House's cat has noticed you.
Oh
It
shit!
wants to be.
Cat's a lot
it wants-
brighter than the dog.
It wants to make a deal. It seems to be in a strong position. Can you negotiate?
Hey Brisket, have you gone this round?
No, I haven't. So
You know,
yeah,
talk
I
to the
will
cat.
take this one. Let's roll. I have to roll 2 now, I believe.
I think you're up to 2, yeah. Let's
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Might be good. It might not be good.
10. Ugh.
10. So it's a 10.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a 10, which is not great.
I
Which is
panic
still-
again.
still sucks.
I'm wiser but poorer.
Hmm.
The cat conned you out of something.
The cat has conned me out of it. I think the cat sees me. I'm still scurrying around with my heated blanket. And the cat notices me and he waves me over. He says, "Hey, if you give me that, I won't scream and wake up everybody in the house." And I look at the cat and I go, "Oh, come on, buddy. We're all animals here." And the cat gives me a real hard time, and it mugs me for the blanket. So, you
Okay,
know,
but it's
not
a
the greatest day for me.
it's a panic action, so the cat's probably going to scream anyway, unless somebody else wants to take that on.
Yep. I think, yeah, I think I got to intervene here. You can't be humiliated by a cat.
That's true. There are natural enemies.
The
One of
dogs are the
many.
natural enemies, but cats are, you know, son bastards.
You can have more than one natural enemy.
I guess so. I don't know. All right. Hang on. Let me look up a useful piece of house. Where are you? What room are you in?
I am. Where's the switching between tabs? right now I'm in the living room, probably.
The living room. What kind of good junk is in the living room? Aha! There's a dustbuster in the living room.
Oh no.
I'm going to pick an action and we're going to sneak up on the cat with the vacuum cleaner. And I snork up his tail before he realizes what's even happening.
Nice.
And then it just proceeds to drag his ass around the room. And he puts it in a bracket, but the vacuum cleaner is making so much noise nobody can hear him, and he lets go. He's going to cough up whatever he tried to steal from you.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
The vacuum cleaner trick always works.
Okay.
So that was making an ingenious use of trash.
Oh, nice,
To
nice.
destroy this cat.
I noticed it's 9 o'clock. Do you want to take a 10-minute break?
Sure.
It's been a little while.
Sure.
And then we'll get out of this
That's
house.
right. That was making a weapon from trash, since I wanted it to be helpful rather than mixed.
Awesome. Okay, I'll talk to you all at 10 past. Okay, so last we left, Maria was playing Call of Duty, I think.
Yes.
It's new complication. Well, this seems pretty prosaic compared to everything else that's been going on. It's just a locked door. I can pick this lock, no problem. I just roll 2d12. That's a 10. Okay, that's not good. Gnaw at something. So I just start. I can't pick the lock. I just get too frustrated. I get overwhelmed. I just start gnawing at the baseboard, the door jamb. I am losing all higher brain function. So that's going to be a condition.
I got you. This will be no problem.
Okay. Huh,
I say confidently.
no problem.
You gonna roll, or are you gonna just gonna roll?
I rolled 11.
And
So
yes,
there's like a I know where this key is. It's in a little bowl on the kitchen table, and I leap up there, and I'm like rummaging through and like picking out one key, and I'm like, no, this one won't fit, and I toss it over my shoulder, and look through, and oh, that's not it. Toss another one over my shoulder, and then I grab another one, and I'm like, no, toss it over my shoulder, and then I'm like, wait, that was it. And I turn around, and I've been throwing keys at I don't know, like a small child that has just come down into the kitchen to get a snack.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesome. This is perfect. That's okay. That's a condition. The jig is up. So the kid, I must start screaming or something. And
the kid is actually is screaming, but is screaming with joy that their raccoon stuffy has come to life and is trying to like chase me and hurt me.
oh, wow. Awesome. That's great. Okay. Let's each take an action to try to escape these people and the purple dog and the wily cat and get back to the ship. Start with you, Brisket Jack.
You're muted.
Okay. I'm sorry. So I have to do what? I'm sorry.
So we've got one last action just to try to evade these people and their dog and get back to the ship.
All right. So I will roll for that. Twelve.
Oh, that's
That
great.
is not good. Panic. Get too ambitious. Brisket Jack. He wants to help. He runs back because he's trying to help. Get everyone and rescue them from this precarious situation where the humans are waking up. And unfortunately, he has just run into the face of danger. And now Brisket Jack is face to face with a real live human, all big and lanky and screaming, and it's not looking good.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, this will be a special case where that's your action, and if anybody else rolls success, that'll narrate for themselves and for Brisket Jack. So, Maria, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. This is an escape or something like that from
Yes,
from.
this
All
is an
right.
escape. Yeah.
All right.
If you roll well, you can take another thing. If you don't roll well, you're in trouble.
All right. Let's do this. It is a 9. 9. Make a hole.
That sounds actually useful in this situation.
I think so. Yeah. In what direction did Brisket Jack exit? I mean, to find himself in front of the dude.
So where the dude's probably where? Like in the kitchen, because he was at the wine rack.
Yeah.
And he had walked away from his game. So the dude's standing in the kitchen, and now Brisket Jack is right in front of the kitchen. And the guy is in the kitchen doorway looking at him.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen: is the kitchen doorway is, I think for Maria, she's got the Alexa speaker in one hand and the PlayStation in another, and those are massive hands. She throws him through the window, the glass part of the kitchen door to make a hole, and then just dives through.
All right. And rescuing Brisket Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'll go next. Rolling.
Let's get out of here.
That's a 9. Could be worse. So rearrange things. I think I'm running through the room with all the toys on the floor, and I'm throwing them around behind me to. I think there's like a little kid, like a 4-year-old kid who's chasing after me, and
You step on a roller skate too?
Oh yeah,
or a Matchbox car, right?
Yeah. Like, oh. And I think that
you kind of are a roller skate.
I am a roller skate.
Yeah, you got wheels.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. Oh, we forgot again.
I always forget. Yeah. I'm just throwing stuff behind me to throw this kid off my trail, and I think I ended up going down the stairs, but managed to get away. All right, Torch Key, what do you do?
Let's find out. Five is is use grappling lines, jump to a high spot. I think, I mean, it sounds like from our narration, there may be multiple children that are awake at one point at this point. So one of them is chasing you, one of them is chasing me. They've chased me all the way up to the attic. And they think that they've got me cornered. And I sort of cackle and rub my hands a little bit. And they're like creeping up on me. And then I step backwards and push open the window and grab onto one of the flag cords that is just conveniently placed out of there and let it carry me away.
Nice. Nicely done. Wow. Okay, Rabies, Eddie. Go for it.
All right. Oh, that's not good. What's my disaster roll? Eat trash, I really shouldn't. I already had the pennies. Let's see. I think what's something I should do? I think I'm trying to get out through the garage, and I figure that if I bite the cord that goes from the button that'll open the garage door, and I bite the wrong cord.
Oh no.
And it's yeah, it's live, and I get zapped.
Ouch.
Ow.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. So I don't want to belabor it. I think even those of us who end up in a tight spot make it back onto the ship, and we've one last scene to go, which is to get away from the neighborhood watch and any rival trash animals, and get back to the junkyard with all our stuff. So let's see, this is capsized. A steering mishap has turned the ship upside down.
Uh-oh. Balloons are supposed to be on top.
And maybe it's like gotten caught up in the lines.
No.
Not sure how this happened. Who's gonna go for this one?
I'm gonna do another planned action.
Good idea.
And this one I'm gonna steer the ship. So I steer the ship. At this point, Brisket Jack is beat up. He's traumatized from having stared into this strange giant's eyes. His electric blanket is stolen. He's been poisoned twice. And finally, with this wisdom, he manages to correct the steering of this, beat up flying Buick, and writes it as best he can.
Awesome. That's great. That totally works. Okay,
The Reagan's was hang on upside down.
under fire. So there's several cards in this deck that are either the neighborhood watch or a crew of rival trash animals, and it's up to us to pick which one. But they could be a fleet of little drones, a quadcopter drones, or they could be other trash animals in their own flying ship. But they're after us.
Somebody with a pellet gun.
Yeah.
Trying to pop our balloons.
Oh no, not the balloons. I'll take this. I'll go for it.
Right.
I'm sure there's actually, I'm sure there's somebody else who's better at this. But I'll roll.
Mm-hmm.
7. It could have been a lot worse. Home appliance or carnival ride action. So yeah, I'll use the car action to ignore the attack. They don't hit the Buick. They don't hit the balloons. They hit the Buick. It just pings off.
Yeah, good old Detroit 50s steel.
That's right. Yeah.
Not like modern plastic cars.
Okay, next one.
So that's a mixed success, right?
That is a mixed success. Yeah. So I can so that means we're spotted by the neighborhood watch. And this next one is tagged. The neighborhood watch has attached a magnetic mine to the outside of the hull. Can we climb out there to scrape it off?
Jeezy peasy.
They've got quite a budget, the neighborhood watch.
Yeah, they sure do.
This will be no problem for me. Actually, maybe I'll do a planned action. Magnetic mine, you say?
Indeed.
So earlier, when nobody was looking, I managed to steal some jumper cables and a battery. And I daringly scale the outside of the ship and swing over to the magnetic mine and attach the jumper cables to it and send an electric charge back down the cord of the magnetic mine and short it out, and also give a little shock to the person that's trying to hold on to the ship. You can you briefly see their skeleton glowing in black and white.
Right. Very nice, very cartoony. So that deactivates the mine. That's a.
The mine comes detached. It's still attached to the ship, but it's not attached at the other end anymore.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that probably won't cause us any problems.
Absolutely not.
Harley, the neighborhood watch wants to open negotiations. Is it a ruse? Can we try advantage?
All right.
Brisket Jack, I think you should take this one.
Jack is in rough shape, but I'll do my best. Oh, yeah, I'm too ambitious. I panic. I bluff, and they call my bluff in the negotiations. And now the neighborhood watch is not happy with me because they pull us over and they say, it's all right, just give us everything back and we'll let you go and you can be on your way, gentlemen. And Brisket Jack
And a pig's ear.
he just slams the door in their face, which does
wow.
not make the watch happy.
And a pig's ear, I say, I've got one ear, I've got scars, I've been electrocuted.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use a planned action to do my special thing, which is I think I'm a bear and act like it. I will rip the door off their car.
Awesome. Wow.
And fling it at them. And then causing them to run. And then they'll go growl back and forth. Garg, 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 and then I'm going to eat all their snacks.
So you saved the day. You saved Brisket Jack's bacon.
Yes.
And I guess that's checkpoint 2.
by being absolutely crazy berserk.
Awesome.
Yeah, I seem like I'm 8 feet tall for like 30 seconds.
The police are like, oh my God.
There's a bear. Like, wait, that was a raccoon.
Very confusing moment.
Oh, okay, guys, I'm bushed. Somebody else better take the next one.
All right, this one's cracking apart. The ship is splitting in two. Can you hold it together?
Maria.
Okay, I'm gonna literally hold this thing together.
Yeah, it's just this.
I'm gonna
Number
do
one
the
was made for you. This is like,
yeah. I'm going to physically grasp the part of the ship that is splitting and like yank it together. This is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man levels or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. With requisite flex face. Okay. Let's see.
are you doing a planned action or you get to roll?
So if I do a planned action, I just mark a checkbox. I declare the action that is helpful, and I roll 2 dice.
If
No,
you
pick-
no, you don't have to roll. You just pick the action.
Okay.
Well, later on when you roll, you'll be rolling 2 dice instead.
Yeah. Later on when you roll, you'll have to roll one more die.
Because you're tired.
Got it.
rolling before.
Okay, so I'd say hold fast, or is
Yeah.
what's applicable here? Yeah.
For sure, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Rippling
That's-
muscles.
so this is sort of like
Raccoon
two.
muscles.
So if I understand it mechanically correctly, this is 2 auto successes that I have basically.
Yeah, right.
Got
Over
it.
the course of the game.
Okay, sure, let's do that. Yeah, and so
Okay.
Maria just goes.
Man, that's sexy.
Okay. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Rabies Eddie has found one of an airline bottle of whiskey. And is having and has a slug as he's watching Maria do this sort of thing, and then he's cheering.
Woo! Awesome.
Oh, he's got a thimble, it's kind of and then a little tiny bottle of whiskey.
Okay, the next one is grappling hooks. Neighborhood watch latched onto us and trying to drag us down.
Oh man, the man has got us.
Have we all gone in this scene?
Oh,
I
have
think
we?
so. Torchkey, have you gone?
I have, yeah.
Then yeah. Then we've all gone. So anyone can take this one. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm sure I can do something useful here. And we're getting down to the wire, so I'll use a planned action to I'll rig the trash to do something helpful. So I'll find a weed whacker in the in just this pile of trash in the middle of the ship, and I'll
So what's a weed whacker?
It's a lawn tool that has a metal rod, and on the end of the metal rod there's a plastic cord that whips around in a circle, and people use it to trim the edges of their lawns if they
I see.
to do
Sometimes
that.
called
Yeah.
a string trimmer.
String trimmer, thank you. Yeah. There was another thing called a weed whacker that was just like a big rake that you use to whack at the weeds, but I think it's
lawn maintenance is not a thing where I'm from, so it's very alien to me.
Right, I bet. Yeah, and it's a thing in my neighborhood, but not for me. I pay as little attention to my lawn as possible. So I get this thing out, and I ride out in the zipper with this thing, and I use this weed whacker to cut through the grappling lines that have snagged onto the ship at various points. And I just take as many turns around in the zipper as I need to get them all, which is 7 successes. So one more before we're home. The watch is giving chase. Can we shake them off? Who wants to take this one? Torchkey, you're good at steering, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I can take care of this problem.
Would any raccoon say no?
Let me at him.
I'm just going to take a quick look at this.
I only drink to dull the pain.
All right. I'm going to take a planned action. I'm going to find an ingenious use for trash I discover in the ship or the house. So it's a mixed success. So there's an oops, a piece of the ship falls out. It's actually an oops on purpose. I'm like going through like a pile of trash in the ship, like desperately looking for something to help us. And I pull out a blowtorch and I'm like, yes, this is perfect. And I climb down to the bottom of the ship and I start cutting through pieces that start just like dropping down onto the people chasing us, cracking some windshields, scaring some dogs. I guess they have dogs to chase us through the air.
Dogs with jetpacks.
Dogs with jetpacks, right. Okay, excellent. So you're deliberately dropping big plates of metal onto these cars.
Yes.
Nice.
It's not, the plates of metal aren't very interesting trash, so I don't feel particularly bad about this.
We've got much more interesting trash from the house.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's as many successes as we needed. So that means we get back to the junkyard and have shaken off the neighborhood watch and are free to enjoy our ill-gotten gains. Let's see how many pieces of trash we got. I think 8, or is there 9? Did everything get listed?
Seeing
on the ship
1, 2,
sheet?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 pieces of trash.
9, okay. Sweet.
Babrista, can you install the Alexa on the Buick?
Sure, yeah, no problem. No
I'm
problem.
making a little trophy room to put the dog toy in the dog food.
So so 9. So there's victory conditions listed on the scenes tab. 9 is says that we are pirate royalty, the pride or envy of all in the junkyard. Junkyards throughout the metropolitan area know our names, and they all dare greater because of us. So yeah, definitely gonna hook up the Alexa to the ship. What else? We've got that cool disco ball radio. That's good for a party.
Yeah.
Well, everybody go around and say one thing you want to do with this trash. What are you gonna say, Rabies Eddie?
Oh, what I'm doing with my trash is that I'm with the squeaky toys. I'm framing it.
Nice.
It's like, in your face, Bowser. I write underneath it. I stole a dog squeaky toy practically out of his mouth.
Nice.
Brisket Jack is commandeering the deep fryer.
Understandable.
You can have a banquet if you're a raccoon with a deep fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can fry anything, man.
You can fry anything with anything if you
So
are.
it's like banana
creative
peels, you
enough.
know, it's just anything.
Yeah, bottle caps. Bottle caps are tasty, deep fried.
They are pretty good. Yeah,
So,
bread them enough.
so this is a whole new career out.
Better than pennies.
Oh, it's a whole new
This is a world.
path.
The things a raccoon can do with the deep fryer, it's unimaginable.
I'm sure.
That's awesome. Maria, what are you going to do with one of your pieces of trash?
It doesn't have to be my trash, or it can
No,
be like
no.
the whole trash.
All for one, one for all.
All right, so I'm gonna take the beard trimmer and I'm gonna use it to shave parts of Maria shaves parts of her body so that she can like show off her guns.
Nice.
So she looks like she's got like, I guess, a tank top or a like a wife beater, or I don't know what it's called, because I have a Filipino word for it, but that's not gonna fly.
Yeah, no, I say yeah. Rabies Eddie says to Maria, hey babe, want to go on a date? I got some dog food.
All right, well, maybe we can deep fry.
Oh, deep fried dog food, everybody!
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
That's the best thing ever.
All right, I'll use the beard trimmer to
Tonight we dine like kings.
I want to like shape like little lightning bolts, like zigzags in your fur.
Yeah.
Okay, Torch Key, what are you gonna do with some of this trash?
I've set up the Alexa next to a fire hydrant that I have rigged up the shower head to, and I am listening to Paradise City while I take a lovely shower there in the junkyard.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang that disco ball radio from something so that it can turn in the air while you're playing Paradise City and shooting water from the shower head. The water on the disco ball just makes this big pattern.
I'm thinking the water in the shower head comes out and pulses, just
to the beat.
Yeah, to the beat,
Yeah.
Because why not?
I just want to say I was really tempted to use the PlayStation to mine crypto, but that seems out of character for Maria.
Yeah. Wow. I should be able to get cryptocurrency into this somehow. I don't know how Raccoon could steal cryptocurrency, but it ought to be possible.
Oh, look, an unusual looking raccoon in Brandon's window.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because Raccoon is trying to edit the junk.
Well, that's the game, you all. Thank you so much for playing. I really appreciate it. I already can see some things I'm going to change. But I'd love to hear your feedback, stars and wishes, or etc.
Oh, you're muted again, Brisket.
Yeah, of course. I had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad. I think I would want to make it so that the push your luck thing is to get one success or multiple conditions, because I feel like we didn't rack up the conditions fast enough, and we went through some of those scenes a little quick. That if one person fails, another person can take it up, but if they fail, you get two conditions, but if you succeed, you only get one success.
That makes sense, because otherwise there are situations where you kind of want to fail.
Yeah.
I think I give my stars and wishes and some feedback quickly. So I'll try to keep it as brief, because I know you guys, it's nighttime for y'all. So stars. Like I think, well, first of all, I really enjoyed everybody's characters, and also, I thought that my favorite parts of the game's rule systems were the existence of the house and the ship. Building stuff, which really helps ground the premise to where it needs to be to take it in the direction that I think it wants to go. Um, I think it makes good use of tables. Yeah, like all of it is like all the bones of it is like are like fun. Wishes, I wish there were more elements in the game that sort of like pushed the characters to. I mean, we do work together through assistance and help, but like sort of push them to interact. I mean, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
part of the aspiration of your design. Like we're not trying to create apocalypse world here or anything like that, but maybe something that because we've established all these things about each other, like looking
Yeah.
up to another person as a leader, and I don't feel like they come into play as much as they
True.
could. And I think that's the thing that's like hanging over the design a little bit, which is like uh the fundamentals are rock solid, but I don't know when the game is supposed to be doing the work or when we're supposed to be doing the work as players. And I'm fine with either. Like, right, I played a lot of board games and card games and tabletop games where the premise is funny, but actually the players are bringing the comedy and working together. And I played other games wherein the game is giving the comedy, and like and the players are just sort of like chaining all the links together. Like right now I can already see um like I had fun with you guys, and like and because we all met each other halfway, but I have another group I know that would actually really love this game because we're all just complete whack ass jokers. Like and that I can imagine, because there's like not to get too much detail, like in my group of close friends, there's one person who's really straight and unfunny, and, and like I can already see like how that's not gonna work with him as well. So it's just so just something to think about in the future iterations of this design, I guess.
I definitely want to get more of that character interaction, and I'm definitely having a hard time figuring out how to do it with the kind of basic systems I put into play.
Because right now I was sort of on the side, like messaging a chum of mine in Australia what we were doing right now, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds hilarious!" Like,
oh, good, cool.
Yeah,
there ought to be a way to leverage those relationships to help somebody out.
Sure.
Anybody else?
I my favorite part of the game, maybe this makes me a raccoon in real life, but my favorite part of the game was the trash lists. Like just looking down the trash list, and I was like, yeah, I want to use that for something. I want to use that for something. It also made it so I always felt like I had sort of a starting point for whatever action I was trying to come up with. So that was really great. But yeah, in the vein of the character actions, there were points in the game where I felt like one action dovetailed into the next action, and there were points in the game where it felt very separate. It was like one thing happened, and then the next thing happened that didn't really have any interaction with what came before it.
Yeah,
and I mean, like that can be fine, but it can feel nice if there's a nice way to make those come together.
And that might be a way, just in how the actions are written or something. But it would be nice for them to be more snowballing.
Yeah. Or if there was a way for like I don't know, there's like no explicit way for the conditions to, like the game never tells you to take the conditions into account when you're narrating.
I see.
So yeah.
That the conditions ought to have a narrative effect in addition to.
It's not just keeping score.
Right.
Yeah. I think one thing, one possibility. Oh, I'm so sorry, Aniket, we were still talking.
No, that's okay. It's going to take me a minute to see if I wanted to say anything else. So go for it.
No, I think one interesting consideration. Again, please take this with a grain of salt. It's always, whenever I provide feedback, I always think, well, I don't know what the designer's intentions or goals are, right? So, but I think one way of looking at it, maybe the players could sort of like enhance their buy-in at the start if they're building the house that they're gonna, or the place that they're gonna like steal together,
Mm-hmm.
instead of it feeling like this sort of like undefined fog of war that's narratively in the distance,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like not necessarily everything that's in the house, but I just thought as we were playing, like when it came to my mind that this guy was a scalper of consoles, I was just like, oh, what if we knew that from the start? That would have been hilarious that we
Sure.
approached the whole problem there. And maybe
Yeah, it could
that's the
be.
thing, how some sorry, Brandon.
No, go ahead, please.
Like how some RPGs are like that, where it's like you will build a town together, or you will build a town
Yeah.
together. Maybe the house could be that,
Yeah, I was thinking the way to operationalize that is to have a set of questions.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people answer. It's like, okay, what does this guy have that his neighbors don't have?
Yeah,
And that he's
yeah.
really proud about, or something, so that way you don't have to do the whole thing. You just answer a few questions
Yeah.
about it.
and that's it. Yeah,
And-
just like the ship.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay, cool. Thanks.
And then
Well,
the other observation that I had was I realized about halfway through the game, the sort of game aspects to it, that we can only stay in the house until the house fills up with conditions. And then I was like, oh, and I wonder if there's a better way to just make that explicit at the beginning of the game. But
uh-huh. That
your goal is to keep your conditions down until you get to the house and steal as much trash as you can.
yeah. So that you want to keep the ship conditions down, or are you saying to keep the house conditions down long enough to steal stuff?
I mean, I guess there's a little of both, right? But like the conditions are ticking up, and then your trash is ticking up, and I don't know, like it's almost not with the ship. I guess it's a push your luck, but with the house, it's sort of not. You just play until
Until the jig is up.
until the jig is up, and then you run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of the ship conditions. I think it's very funny to me, the idea of like, while it's not a long, arduous journey, it's definitely how fast can you run? How before the ship falls apart or not, or whatever. That stuff is really exciting, I think.
Cool. Thanks. Brandon, did you have anything else?
No, I liked what other people are saying. So
Okay.
and I had fun. So thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks. All right, thanks. Anybody else have anything else? Any other comments?
I have to say that like even if the relationships don't actually see any gameplay, it was still a very effective way to like set the tone for the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. Okay, thanks again. Thank you so much. And are you all okay if I upload this? Okay, I'll do that. All right. Thanks. Take care. Have a nice night. And
Good
Matthew, have a nice day.
Time for breakfast. All right.